Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of Ep35 as Finland. In previous episode we, well, first of all, bought our own power block, the Neutral League, which is currently just us. The cohesion is not very high. I'm hoping that it is slowly increasing. Although I'm not actually entirely sure if it is. Oh, it's actually currently going downwards. Right then, well, that's not exactly ideal. We can't quite invite anyone else in yet either. Although, okay, Haiti would be potentially interested in. But of course, we don't have the influence in there yet. Now, we currently started working towards maybe reducing or improving our situation with Honduras. Now, who's that? Oh, it's Colombia back. Ah, right, so it's America has got the most influence there. Yeah, I think... Do we have the room to add in another interest in Caribbean? Yeah, let's do that one. We are also having a bit of a colonial war over here in, well, Congo, Lower Congo, technically speaking, against Yaka, so we can then go and colonize that a bit faster. Ooh, there we go, there's the elevators. Right, let's get those sorted out, or rather, let's switch the urban centers to have arcade. So that requires a bit of electricity, but I think we got electricity pretty much everywhere. It's going to reduce the amount of laborers needed, but it's also going to increase the clerks and shopkeepers. But yeah, so that's going to increase the steel and electricity. It's going to increase the amount of services available. It might not be profitable in most places, but we'll do it anyway. And then we'll also get the electric street lights everywhere. So that should be at least a decent boost overall. Righto, so we're spending quite a bit of money right now with the army's race, and we've reduced the taxes slightly. We've got pretty decent increase in our GDP, though. It's almost 83 million already. And it's probably going to be going up. Oh, yeah, it's 84 million now. It's just huge increase there. Oh, Zeppelins are spreading. Well, there we go. Telephone is 4 months away. We can then start building the electric industries, which is no doubt going to allow us to get, well, the telephones and things like that. So that's going to be quite handy. It might take a while, though, before we get everything sorted out, but that is also going to increase the amount of bureaucracies that we can have, which is very nice. I do actually wonder, has the Suez Canal... Oh, Suez Canal has been built by Britain. Well, good on them. Ooh, Caribbean interest activated. There we go. So I do actually wonder, Haiti, who is your... Oh, you're part of the Preferential League. Okay. One of the few nations in there. Huh. Could I get embassy in your nation? No, we can't. Could potentially improve relations with you, though. And similarly, I think we're going to start improving relations with... you know what? New Granada. Let's improve relations with you. I'm pretty sure that you would probably not be willing to... Oh, I could guarantee you, I guess, but that's about it. And some of the trade privileges, but yeah, no embassies. I suppose our faction is a little bit on the low side. But yeah, I think we might not be able to get that very high quite yet. The cohesion, but I'm hoping that we can at least slowly improve that. Oh, it looks like Corsica's got a bit of a thing going on. Oh, right, and was there a diplomatic play between... No, I think there was a diplomatic play about to take place between Russia and Germany at one point, but someone must have backed down. I don't know what, who, or where, or why. Okay, let me double check. No, I don't know. Anyway, we're getting some more motor industries built in Finland. That's going to give us the engine production needed. And is the army... Well, it's almost here. Which is great because the war is not too far from start. Well, actually, it's only halfway there, yeah. One day we got 86 million almost in GDP. That is probably going to be hitting 100 million in this episode if we can keep the growth like this, which is not guaranteed, mind you, but the population is still increasing very rapidly. Nearly 250,000 a year, a projected increase. That is huge. Plus then all the mass immigration might still be happening as well, so yeah, that is a lot of increase there nonetheless. And our troops have arrived. This should be pretty easy battle for us. We've got much higher quality troops than they do. Now we've got a banana plantation over here at Finnish equator. And in Congo, did we get... No, we did not get another oil rig, which is a bit of a shame, but understandable. We might go out and build a couple more coal mines. I know that they're not profitable right now. Also, the railway, we might... Oh, actually, we got subsidies going in there already. Oh, Nicaragua's improving relations. Well, handy. I suppose we could improve them back. to start getting the relations up with the various nations in here. Like, Honduras is going to be growing fairly rapidly. If we can get the attitudes going good on us, we might be able to get a bit of a sort of power base in here, in the Americas for our faction. And then maybe start expanding from there. But also, I suppose, no, there's probably not going to be a whole lot in Africa that we can do. Speaking of which, though, the war has started. Should be fairly simplistic battle for us, I reckon. Well, they've got 89 million already. Wow. That is just huge increase in the GDP. It's still growing. Oh, and the first battle has started. There's 1 battalion versus 20 vows. I think we're probably going to win that. Yeah. Oh, and okay, that was already enough. Well, that's fair. And now, I guess the colonies are growing very rapidly. I mean, yeah, 72 days. And the armies need to go all the way back to Finland. We've still got about 3 years for the Grand Exhibition. Should be able to get that soon, though. Or in due time, rather. And we're still losing a bit of money, but we've still got 18 million in gold reserves. And of course, if we're building some more buildings still, that does mean that the private sector is going to buy those factories from us with the Laissez-faire. So that's actually kind of handy for us in the long run. Do need a lot of sulfur. Also, do the nations over here have any important resource? I mean, they got rubber, but that's about it. Oh, and of course, Honduras has a... they got a bit of an issue with lack of workforce in there, I reckon. They got so many buildings, but they can't do much about it. And that's kind of the usual mistake with AI. It's just it leans in heavily into building as much as possible, but they can't really utilize most of it. Literacy rate is still dropping downwards, which is not ideal. Telephone is about to be completed. Actually, that reminds me, what do we need for the last tier to increase there? No, that's the analytical philosophy that we need to research, or would have to research, and that's a little tier 5 stuff over here. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. I'm now getting the Sibilines at least, so that's going to be improving the skyscraper a bit further. And also market access price impact is going to be slightly higher, so the prices are going to be a bit more equal on all our states, which is going to be somewhat useful. We have actually managed to gain a bit more radicals recently. Oh, actually, we're not trying to pass any laws, are we? We're trying to get the graduated taxation. The petty bourgeoisie would oppose that, but that would also increase the amount of money that we would make. Alternatives? And we could try to get to the wage subsidies, maybe. But that doesn't seem to have a whole lot of... Well, it's got a lot of opposition to it, so I'm a bit wary of doing that. Honestly, maybe we'll try to go for the graduated taxation now. Industrialists would oppose that. Petty bourgeoisie is going to oppose that. Ooh, that's actually going to hit our bureaucracy right now, so I'm not going to do that yet. Because we don't have the bureaucracy quite yet. Although, I'm about to get the telephone, so we can then start getting the electric industries going. Probably mostly in our capital, actually, first. And then we're going to start increasing our bureaucracy drastically, and then we're going to maybe change that law. Might take a little while, but it should be fine. Oh, I'm out of business. Officials, gentlemen, have been reported charging an extra fee for special items inside the exhibition hall. Oh, increase the grand exhibition points by 3. Or we'll just get more loyalists from shopkeepers. I mean, I think we're pretty much maxed out already on the points anyway, but I think in the lower strata there's probably a lot more in... Oh, that's just oh, no, that is in our capital state. Yeah, there's probably more shopkeepers than lower strata, so... Or rather, the other way around. More lower strata than shopkeepers in there. So we'll take the plus 3 points in there. I'm pretty sure that it won't have any impact on the actual score for us, because we're already maxed out. Oh, and there's the telephone. Another interest that we could declare. I'm going to go and put that in Grand Columbia. Start increasing our potential influence down here. And now with the electric industry, let's go out and start building some of those. I don't know how good these are actually going to be. So telephone production, we'll eventually get the radio production as well. But we'll go ahead and get like 5 of these built. Initially, it might not be a whole lot of profitability. I'm sure that that's going to improve over time. Oh, there we go. We're getting a bit more... Well, I suppose, yeah, we did get a bit more loyalist, didn't we? From that event. Ooh. Someone got exiled. Let's actually have a look. Can we have another agitator? We could. So there's the Liberal Movement, which we already got most of their stuff anyway. I'll go and support the Intelligentsia. There's the Labour Movement. We might want to go for this one, actually. Sure. That way the labour unions, or trade unions, get a bit more clout, hopefully. They're a bit more powerful, which... Oh, never mind. Oh, Honduras has been... Right, they joined the American League. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. So I don't think we'll be getting them to join our faction. Now, what about Portugal? We've improved relations with you a little bit. You do not want to get the embassy there yet? No. I do actually want to... I'm pretty sure that we do not lead on any of the nations in terms of the leverage. Especially with so many nations around. Actually have a look at the Central America. Yeah, we're not leading on any of these. We just kind of started, admittedly, influencing nations, so it's going to take a while before we get to the point where they can join in. So we probably won't have anyone join in our faction. But at least we have a faction. Now we've got electricity shortage up here. Is that one... Yeah, let's get the coal-fired power plant, so we'll get a little bit more electricity produced. There we go. Oh, the armed forces have become powerful again. They are very loyalist, though. That increase... Oh, military research even is increased. Let's actually have a look. What are we getting there? Nothing right now. Well, I suppose that's fair. And in society, we're getting... Right, is this still the Zeppelin? And over here, we're getting the automatic bottle blowers. After, well, right now we're getting the electric capacitors, though, and that's going to allow us to start using power also in textile mills, which is going to be saving us a lot of... it's going to increase the productivity, and also reduce the amount of labor needed in there, which is not bad. And I suppose, especially once we get the... Well, actually, so what are we... Well, I suppose we'll find out soon enough once we get the first one built. Let's actually get one of these electric industries to be on the top of the production queue here. Or construction queue, so we'll get that underway. We'll have a look at what exactly it's going to require for the production. Alright, there we go. The Gran Colombia. So I do wonder... Yeah, we only have a little bit influence of New Granada. It will probably be increasing. Oh, they're part of the Russian League already, okay. They probably won't be increasing too much then. So it's unlikely that we'll get more mandate in here anytime soon. Right, empty pockets. Positive movement, yeah, we'll just get a bit more loyalist and reduce the influence of that movement a wee bit further. Hey, we're hitting 90 million GDP already. I think the growth speed has slowed down a little bit, although now that we are starting to get the electric industries. Oh, Azerbaijan mass immigration to Kuopio. Well, there we go, more population. We've got already 16.6 million. Admittedly, I think the Finns, while they are still probably the biggest individual group, they have, yeah, they have less than 40% of total. Yeah, I mean, there's been a whole lot of immigration coming in, so it makes sense. We're still stockpiling gold. There seems to be still a lack of construction. Guess we'll just get another 5. We're going to go and put in the coal mines down the list a little bit, because they are going to take a while to build. We'll get the electric industries, among other things. Because if I remember correctly, the electric industries... I suppose we can have a look through the railway, can't we? So it's for the communication. So it's much more effective at communication than transportation is. Which makes sense. And then automobiles are the free movement option, or alternative. So I suppose that's going to help us a little bit with the transportation for sure. And as soon as we get the electric railways, that's also going to be a massive boost for our transportation and probably infrastructure as well in a lot of places. Standard of living is still at 18.4, so we're still in the top 10 at least. Literary rate, on the other hand, is not looking too great. I suppose that's partially because of the populations has been increasing so massively that there's not much I can do about it. We're still building a lot of stuff in Scandinavia by the looks of it as well. And there's so much foreign stuff being built in our nation. Wow. A whole lot of trade centers. Oh, and British Congo colonizing Kasai. That was down here. No, that's Equator. Kasai is over here. Ah, over that way is where they're starting to colonize. We might have a bit of rivalry over here for Congo, but or a bit of competition over Congo, but I suppose we'll probably be fine. Oh. Again, mass immigration from India to our capital. I mean, how's the population in here? Oh, just nearly 7 million already. Yeah, that's quite sizable. Ooh, chemical warfare spreading. And USA is improving relations. You know what? I'm okay with that. And I can't do much about that. I don't suppose... I can't get defensive pacts or alliances or anything like that, but that's alright. I still got 2.5 years for the Grand Exhibition. We'll be getting another motor industry soon, and oh yeah, there's just so much things being built in our nation. I suppose that might be explaining a little bit of why our GDP has been skyrocketing, because everyone's wanting to build in our nation right now. Because we've got a bit more workforce available than what we used to have, and it is probably rather profitable. Hey, we've got some unemployment over here in our capital. Oh no. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be sorted out soon enough once we get the electric industries, among other things. There we go, 91 million. Without illusions, among the current generation socialists, a mode of analysis based upon class conflict has supplanted the multitudinous utopian ideas of the past. The dream is no longer sufficient. Oh, all utopian characters not affiliated with the petty bourgeoisie will adopt the communist ideology. Utopian characters will no longer appear in this country. All utopian characters, okay, so that's the same. We'll get the anarchists. I don't know if we want to go for the anarchist route. Or all utopian characters will adopt a corporatist ideology. Or in dark times want to cling to what inspires them. Also, they'll still hold on to the utopia. I think I'm going to go with the communists. Just for the heck of it. Now, window to utopia. A group of people inspired by utopian theories have established an experimental colony in rural East Karelia. The colony styles itself as a window into an idyllic future society. Sure, I will get a bit of my creation in there, that's fine. Oh, he's already got, what? No, it's nearly 500,000 actually. We've got 25 iron mines in there, they're not all active yet, and it's all fully activated yet, but that's fine. We've got the food industry in here, which is not, unfortunately, really all that profitable. There's not too much I can do to reduce the workforce needed either. Oh, Burma is improving relations. Well, that's handy. Oh, Bangala diplomatic play against us. Right, so uprising. Down here. Let's just go ahead and send the armies in. Honestly, I should probably just, at this point, I'm going to create a new army. In Congo. We'll hire a general for it. I suppose the trade units will suffice. Alcoholic is not exactly ideal, but it'll do. We'll get the trench infantry still, because that's the only thing that we can, really speaking, have in here in larger quantities. We'll get 15 infantry. Maybe we'll get some artillery as well. Which I guess is going to have to be shrapnel artillery. Not ideal. Yeah, so we'll get these underway. Somewhere down the line. It's going to take a little bit before those are completed. But then we'll have an army over here to just deal with these colonial wars. So we don't need to send the bigger or the better army back and forth constantly. Private correspondence exchanged by members of the anti-Japanese society have been published in pamphlets. The letters praise Japanese shogunate, contrary to the intentions of the trade unionists. I mean, I suppose I will just take the -1 on the appeasement stuff, but also improve relations with Japan a little bit further. I'm actually okay with that. I mean, after all, we are the neutrals. Right, so the first electric industry will be done soon. That's the investment pool. Oh, that is growing massively right now. Okay. We've still got nearly 20 million, though, so I think even though we are losing, technically speaking, losing money, we're not actually losing money. Also, I guess the army didn't actually get the orders. It's one of those things that kind of irritates me, is as soon as the diplomatic play starts and you give the troops orders to move into a front line, in a few days they'll just cancel that movement, so you basically need to wait for a few days before you do anything, which is very annoying. Niger Delta and Congo are having a bit of power issues. Now we do have we got the coal-fired power plant in here. I guess we'll just build another level for that, quite frankly. That's probably going to help. And the electric industries, we've got the first level, I believe. Yeah, we have. So how much is that going to be producing? Still doesn't really give us a whole lot of information, admittedly. But we've got the throughput bonus of 50% in here, so I suppose that's not too bad. And this probably will be privatized very shortly, but yeah, the profitability is not bad, actually. It's the #1 electric industries in the world right now. Probably not for very long, as soon as they start hiring more people. Yeah, 74 right now on productivity, that's not bad. Annual wages 10.5, that's actually not bad either. There we go, 13 production. So there is quite a bit of demand in the world market, so that's good to know. So we'll be getting these, and I suspect we'll be able to produce a decent bit of telephones. Oh, Sinhala mass immigration to West Karelia? Okay. Wait, is there multiple ones? No. There's, right, there's, people moving from Maldives. Then there's Azerbaijan is moving into Kuopio, and then the Baghalis from India into our capital. Oh, and there we go, 96 million GDP already. I think the 100 million will be broken today. Especially with the electric industries taking root in here. That's probably going to start reducing the transportation price a lot. I do actually wonder. So the POPs, is that... I suppose it doesn't really specify if it's used for communicate or the free movement or communication. Oh well. Let's actually have a look at it. Speaking of populations. So Upper Strata, they spend most of their stuff on needs that... Okay. Never mind. Okay, that one's fine, but the automobiles was having a bit of difficulty deciding which side of the cursor it would like to be. Oh, it's also, right, automobiles is used for leisure as well. Actually, I do wonder, what's in the leisure needs? The services? Fine arts is pretty good. So we might want to increase the fine arts production. Airplanes and automobiles are also pretty decent. And then there's some other things, but yeah, I think the services are kind of useful. I mean, we've got plenty of service production in most places anyway, so the service price is quite tiny in comparison to what it perhaps could be. And our army has yet to arrive to the front line, although it's not too far off, actually. Oh, they've got 9 irregular battalions in there. Oh, no. There we go, 97 million. We're number 13 in the major powers listing now. I mean, I suppose the GDP has been growing so rapidly, and I suppose also as we increase our navy and army, that's also going to give us... And we're leading producer... Oh, right, we're number 2 in the fine arts now. Okay. I actually wonder... Alright, we've got some attrition going on. So on the arts academies... So we're number 2... Oh, Britain's producing a whole lot, though. I don't think we'll be overtaking them anytime soon. Getting a bit more construction done as well. We've got 14 million in the investment pool right now. The total production or construction speed is already over 600. Which ain't too bad. Got another electric industry, and the war has started. Did we at least get the troops in the front line in time? We kinda did. Actually, we didn't. We'll be arriving... Oh, there we go. The enemy has decided... Oh, never mind. We're not going to advance anymore. But yeah, we will be... Hey, and there we go. 100 million in GDP. That is quite nice. There's a lot of construction speed that will... Well, there's a few more construction sectors, rather, that we're still building. Could probably increase that even further, but we'll start from somewhere. I don't recall. Can we? No, we can't increase the construction speed. There's the arc welding buildings, of course. Which we might get eventually. But that requires... I think... Is that the last level, actually, on the society? No, oh, hold on a minute. Is that in here, actually, somewhere? Yeah, arc welding's down there. Right, well, that's going to take a while, quite a while then. We've got about a year before we get the electrical capacitors. We could also go out and increase the universities a bit further. Get another 5 over here in our capital, for example. Maybe another 5 in West Karelia. And maybe Kuopio can get another 5 as well. So that way we can increase the innovation slightly further. The standard of living is currently drifting downwards. It might be partially explained by the fact that our population has been exploding. It's already 17.5 million. That is just insane. But we are also not quite in the top 20 in terms of population, but we'll be getting there. We've got at least one victory already down here while we weren't looking. Entrenched front. Oh, Stormtroopers 8,000. You know what? Yeah, we'll need a breakthrough. Sure. I'm pretty sure that it's not really a trench war as such, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Oh, that reminds me. Is there more stuff in the mobilization that we could perhaps do? Well, first of all, the 2nd Finnish army is going to get the extra supplies. And we'll probably... Actually, we could get the aerial reconnaissance, I guess. The machine gunners has the flamethrowers. That takes a bit more oil. Actually, we're not going to do that while that's activated. We'll also get the... I guess the rail transportation is going to be fine. And then we can get the first aid. Because we've got no opium in our market, I reckon. And we'll get these. So yeah, it's going to be okay, the 2nd army. But yeah, the battles are fairly easy for us, I dare say. And there we go, they capitulated. So colonization is going even faster now. And we are growing larger. And we'll eventually meet the British Congo over here. somewhere in the wilderness. But there we go, 2 years until the Grand Exhibition. So it's going to be 1924. Well, looks like the litter rate has started to at least slowing the drift downwards. So we might be able to start turning that upwards again. It's just, well, I suppose partially because this... Oh yeah, the standard of living is... Or the GDP, rather, has been growing drastically. We are in the top 10 in terms of GDP per capita, which is quite handy. Standard of living, we are just about still in the top 10. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Ooh. Ah, right. The war between Confederates and Gaza has finally ended. But did they actually become a... No, they just got a truce. Alright then. I do wonder, is they still don't have a whole lot of influence on anyone. I mean, we're getting a bit more influence on Honduras, but it's not going to be sufficient to actually switch them from the American or the Colombian pact to our faction anytime soon. I do wonder though, Portugal's is minus 139, which, oh, Russia's actually the leading one in there, but no one's got really a whole lot of influence over Portugal. Oh, but our cohesion has actually gone up a little bit. I suppose since we're a leading producer of more things, so that makes sense. And that should also increase the... Oh yeah, there we go. It's still over 50 years for getting the next principle, so that might take a while. Oh, Costa Rica is improving relations. Well, that's handy. We've gotten a lot of the electric industries in here already. They seem to be still quite profitable. You wonder, though. Oh, we're number 2 producer in the world. Oh, Germany's the leading one. But yeah, okay. I'm going to go and build a few more of these. And then once we have those built... Admittedly, we've got quite a bit of things underway right now. What we'll then do is we'll go ahead and start building, or start using those in the government administration buildings, because there's 5 per level, so that's already 150, well actually about 200 total with the bonuses that we would need in there. And current production of the telephones is, well, it's actually quite a bit. You know what? I know that it's going to increase the price drastically. I'm going to switch these to the telephones anyway. It's getting us so much extra bureaucracy. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and start switching the taxation law to the graduated taxation. Petty bourgeoisie, of course, will hate that. Same with the industrialists. Trade unions would definitely love that, and that's going to increase the amount of money that we'll be making as well. Assuming that we're going to actually pass that. It might take a little while. But I'm fine with that. We've got 106 million GDP already. 107. Oh, wow. That is going up very quickly. And I suspect that the price for telephones is going to be so high that the electric industries are going to be built in... I don't know if that's going to be built in multiple places now. Let's actually have a look. Well, at least we got the tech for it, but I don't know if they have started building any... Oh yeah, well, okay, they're building those in India though, so it's not really helping our current situation. But there we go, the amount of bureaucracy that we have is pretty high. We could probably go ahead and... I mean, there's the law enforcement. We don't really need to increase that, to be fair. At least the legitimacy isn't too bad, so we should be able to get some decent progress on the graduated taxation law. Still going to take a while. I think it's like 100 days or so per roll. Or close to that, anyway. There we go. The barracks in Finnish Congo are being built first. That shouldn't take too long. Well, there's a bit of devastation down here. Huh. That's not ideal. Yeah, still at 107 million GDP. Still pretty decent. We've got plenty of bureaucracy, which does actually increase the construction efficiency as well. Or the construction efficiency. So that's going to allow us to get through a lot more things very quickly. And how much do we have over here? We could have 10 rubber plantations. Also a bit more plantations overall we could have. Although, I think, well, the good hives are more. I suppose we probably need a whole lot of engine production as well. Oh, yeah, we do. Do you hear that too? Oh, radio progress. Oh, perfect. I think that's probably something we'll queue up after the electric railways then. Now that we've got the 5 levels for the electric industries. And the price is through the roof. Admittedly, how much of that is just the local demand? I suppose the government administration takes a good chunk of that. Trade centers take quite a while as well, or quite a bit as well. So I'm guessing we are probably exporting some. Buy orders. Oh, no. Wait, maybe we are. Oh yeah, we're buying a lot. So we're exporting to the world market right now. I suppose if there's a good price for it, might as well. Yeah, the telephone price is a bit expensive. We might also need to increase the construction speed even further in some places. For example, in our capital, we'll get another 5 construction sectors. I know that I said that I wouldn't be building too much of those, but you know what? Since we've got the money, the private sector is still complaining about having too much money to spare. So, you know what? Let's go through and add in another 5. So that means that we'll be getting basically more than 1 construction sector's worth of extra construction just for the government buildings. And these do not take a long while to build. Wow, that's 100,000 right now. That is just insane. And that is to keep in mind, we are on the low taxes right now. Oh, tax reforms. Speaking of which, we can get, tech research speed plus 5% at the cost of enactment time. Or industrialists get a little bit upset, but we get plus 20% success chance. I'm going to take the 20% success. No, actually, no. I want the tech research speed. Because that's going to be honestly pretty decent for getting all of these done faster. Actually, one is spreading right now anyway. Zeppelins, chemical warfare, and then the automated bottle blowers. The bottle blowers are going to be the next one to spread. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Got together links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and next time, bye-bye.